Hello subscribers and non-subscribers. So it has been about a day since I last recorded, or since I recorded the last part. Reason for that is just because I started recording the last part late. So yeah, I didn't have time to go and record this part immediately afterwards. But one thing I want to go ahead and mention is that yes, indeed, I'm going to be stuck using Bandicam, at least for the time being, to record Stellaris because for whatever reason, I'm not 100% sure what the deal is here. But yeah, so for whatever reason, when I press any of my hotkeys, Stellaris crashes. So yeah, and DX3 doesn't have a big old record button in its UI like Bandicam does, so there's no way for me to get around that issue. So yep, we're gonna be stuck. Well, I'm gonna be stuck using Bandicam, which sucks because when I import the videos into Sony Vegas, they are very slow for Sony Vegas to create the audio peaks, while with DX Story, despite recording the exact same audio tracks, DX Story does it a whole hell of a lot faster, or Sony Vegas does it a whole hell of a lot faster when reading a DX Story recording. And so yeah, that's gonna be annoying, but it's just the way it's gonna be, sadly. So yeah. Go ahead and start recording, or start the actual game. So I do want to go ahead. I mentioned that, yeah, so I'm adding more cruisers. I'm going to be wanting to add more light carriers as well. Oh shit, 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Colors might have just gotten a whole lot better, a little bit brighter on your guys' end. Also my end, obviously. I had forgotten that I had the eye saver turned on my monitor, so it was fading out a lot of the colors, and I was like, oh shit, everything's a lot grayer than it should be, and that was the reason why. So yeah, sorry about that. I'm not sure if Bandicam was recording with the eye saver turned on, or if that's something that's done sort of in post, and so DX or Bandicam wasn't recording it. I'm not 100% sure. I'll find out in post when I splice these two sections together. But yeah, on the off chance it does end up with the colors being different in that little segment compared to this segment, that's the reason. I had my eye saver mode turned on my monitor, and so like I said, it was putting a filter over everything, making it grayer, so everything wasn't as bright. Okay, let's see. So this planet, yeah, this is the planet that I want to turn into a machine world in the future. Let's go ahead and clear out all these tiles that have energy credits on them. You and these guys just created a non-aggression pact. Did you conquer somebody over here, or did you legitimately decide to form 3 colonies down here all of a sudden? And when did you make those? I think you conquered somebody, I really do. But I honestly don't know for certain. And there's really no way for me to tell for certain. Well, no, you're not going to be able to, so... Damn it. Trying to find one of the... Okay. I know one of these doesn't have... There we go. Ships over it. Or at least isn't busy building stuff. I could have built it here, actually, but whatever. Engineering.
Construction complete.
Okay. So I want you to go ahead and build stations for me over there. You, I'm gonna have you do the same. This is, yeah, okay, the precursor city. I don't really care for that. And its
Construction
decreased building
complete.
cost as a result of having a precursor city on it is actually down slightly, or isn't necessarily as effective because of the strong magnetic field that's also increasing build cost. You're still listed as superior, but I still have 3 more cruisers to build. I am kind of contemplating building a frontier outpost here, so that I can get these Garanthium ores. You know, I think I'm gonna do that. Because I don't currently have any strategic resources, for one thing. But at least having some of that Garanthium ore could be helpful. There we go, now you're down to equivalent, because that's some extra ship hull points. 10%. It doesn't stack. I can understand why, because that would actually probably be a little on the OP side if it stacked. If every single one of these gave you an additional 10%.
Complete.
But you could still set a cap, even if you did have them stack. And as far as I know, they don't stack. As far as I know, most strategic resources are you only need 1, and you get all the benefit it provides. Doesn't matter. You can have 300 of that same resource, and you still only get the effect of 1, as far as I understand. I could very much be wrong about that, though. Damn it, you're back up to Superior. Yeah, you must have battle cruisers or something, but I don't know for certain. There's really no way for me to tell because
Planetary alert.
you're not in
Tidal
sensor
blocker
range.
expunged.
Here we go. Oh, and you as well. That's everyone. I know game, I know.
Construction complete.
But I needed to build up my military game. There's not a whole lot I could have done about that, really. Need to build it up to keep these guys off my back. This way they're less inclined to think that they can declare war on me and get away with it. But in 11 months, we'll have access to
Planetary
Spaceport
alert.
5.
Tidal blocker expunged.
Which will be helpful. You know what? I think I will allow you guys to grow. Because you are at least slightly useful. You do have very strong, which does help you a little bit. In being useful.
Planetary alert. Tidal blocker expunged.
Which planet was this? That was clearing more tile blockers. Okay, it was you. I do wish those were a little bit faster. This would be a good tile, actually, I believe, for the neuroelectric amplifier, because I believe that produces minerals and energy credits itself. I think. I could be remembering wrong. But assuming I'm remembering correctly, it's actually... those tiles that produce both are actually a decent tile to put it on. Especially if it's a planet with lots of pops. Well, cyborg pops. Or cybernetic, whatever. Well, yeah, I guess cyborg still technically works.
Construction complete.
There we go. Go ahead and build your mining stations
complete.
there. You at least got me that one, which is fine. I only need one. I'd prefer more.
Technological acquisition successful.
Okay, so these two just entered into a defensive pact. Can't quite say I blame them. These guys are actually pretty sizable. Don't use explosives, so that's whatever. Advanced interdictor cruiser. Sounds nice, but I don't really feel like... okay, it's a strike cruiser. But I don't really feel like waiting 60 months for that, I'm afraid, game. That's a little too long for my tastes. I guess in terms of useful tech, I'll just go for the better thrusters. Ship design, a battle cruiser. I think just uses a larger version of the light carrier. Or no, it is a light carrier model, basically. Very similar, very similar. Not exactly the same, actually. Artillery, artillery, artillery. Why don't you have an actual artillery there? Artillery of 60. Stay back. And let's go ahead and upgrade all of our spaceports for some of that extra fleet capacity. You and somebody, those guys, oh no, you and them just entered into a non-aggression pact. Yeah, you still have a friend that I don't know about. You just guaranteed the independence of that autocracy. So just wanna, okay, I go from losing 10 a month down to losing 34 a month. I kinda wanna go and kill those pirates, I really do. This way my science ship here can break out a little bit.
Complete. Construction complete.
So we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna go ahead and kill those pirates. If they're not there, that's great.
Complete.
It's fine as well.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
Granted, upgrading these spaceports does actually still cost. I think it increases the maintenance costs as they go up in level, so technically speaking, I'm not necessarily offsetting the increased cost of
construction complete.
Being above naval capacity by upgrading my spaceports, depending upon if they're increasing it enough. Okay, nope, those guys are gone. You can return home. Science ship over here, you can head out and survey that stuff. Check on you, you are equivalent. Honestly, I really need to declare war on you. I really do. But one of the issues is I don't have the sensor range to have an exact idea as to what your fleet is. And granted, I never will. Because for all I know, your fleet's all the way down here.
Diplomatic alert. Military confrontation detected.
You guys. You just declared war on them, but you have a defensive pact with them, so I'm assuming you guys aren't a part of this war. No, you're not. At least not yet. They might have called you in as an ally, but... I'm gonna go on and say that they probably didn't. I don't know where these guys are. Apparently I can select them though, but for me to do that I should have to know where they are. So... Okay, I do see you. Oh, never mind, there you are. That's why I couldn't find you, because you're a little tiny thing there. Yeah, invest their energy credits.
Construction complete.
Some of that extra money could be helpful.
Technological acquisition successful.
Wonderful. Better shields. But I want to try and get... I mean, that could be useful, but... So, this is a possibility to increase shield hit points. Depending upon if I have access to it. Well, this is a guaranteed increase in ship hit points. I'm inclined... Well... You know what? I could use better sensors. I really could. So we're gonna go for the better sensors. It's just helpful for me to be able to know where the hell the enemy is. Because if I know where they are, I can deal with them. Damn it. Okay, small there. Put a medium there then. Even it out. You don't need one there, which is great. You don't need any. A battle cruiser also doesn't need any. That's great as well. Transport ship. You still need those, which is kind of annoying. Light carrier got shifted around. Put that on a medium? Yeah, that's fine. It still results in you getting more shielding. Defense platform, defense station. Ooh, that's a little pricey. But it'll be useful. Oh, and now you can't get there because the border expanded a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna save up and get you those upgrades, and then I wouldn't mind getting a couple of battle cruisers in there. But the main issue is cost. Let's see. Okay, you're getting that. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you to build a science lab now. How far away are we from getting the next tradition? Oh, 3 months. Wonderful. Because I'm gonna be going for the neural, whatever the hell it's called. Neuroelectric amplifier. Because that also provides a planetary bonus to production from cyborgs, or cybernetic pops. Which of course means we won't be building it on the world that has the precursor shipyards because it's worthless. Or at least it doesn't provide any useful enough benefit to warrant putting it there. I'm going to tell you guys to do that.
Technological acquisition successful.
Plasma thrusters. There we go. Neuroelectric amplifier. And now I can build this here. So plus 15% production to all cybernetic pops on this planet. You would also be useful with it because you have quite a lot of cybernetic pops. Oh, are you getting your upgrades now? You are. Wonderful.
Construction complete.
So yeah, I'm going to be building that on this world, because this world will get quite the benefit from it. Just due to the sheer amount of cybernetic pops on it.
Construction complete.
I would like to get a better power plant though. Power plant 3s could be helpful.
Technological acquisition successful.
Primary nexus. Let's go ahead and get... Yeah, I think I'm going to go for the advanced... Well... Yeah, no, that's going to take forever. Let's go for the advanced construction techniques. For the build speed and build cost of battle cruisers. And now I can go ahead and reform our government and add an extra civic. I think I'm gonna go for rock breakers for an empire-wide plus 10% to mineral production. And you're clearing that right now, but you can already get it. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you to get it, and I will just place some random person on that tile afterwards. Same here, I think. I'll just place somebody on it. We can grow back to whatever tile they get taken away from. Probably going to take them from a mineral tile.
Planetary alert. Tile blocker expunged.
Might do an energy grid there. I mean, this world doesn't produce any actual power. That's mostly just because every pop on the planet takes away energy.
Ship augmentations completed.
Wonderful. You didn't actually go up much, or really at all, I would say. But that's fine. That's fine. We'll get a couple battle cruisers eventually. Those things are really, really expensive, though, so that'll be quite a while. I'm going to put you on this tile. Basic mine. I want a power plant there and a power plant there.
Construction complete.
Okay, now I need that. So I'm going to tell you to specifically build that one. You could afford to build some other ones, but I want that specific asteroid to start getting mined.
Construction complete.
Yeah, you're really trying to lock me in. I mean, I can still sort of escape out this way a little bit, but not a whole lot. So we are going to need to go to war with you in the very near future. And again, you have an ally that I don't know who they are. Which is something I'm not a big fan of. Your war is still listed as a 0 war.
Technological acquisition successful.
Better sensors is helpful. Let's go ahead and get ion disruptors to replace our normal disruptors. Let's go ahead and slap better sensors on everything. Increases their tracking, which for them is the more useful thing when it comes to the ships. The sensor range is helpful, but it's not the main thing for them. It really isn't. Did that go down? Okay, no. For some reason I thought your power went up when upgrading that, and that was weird because that's typically not the way it works. But yeah, no, I was just looking at it wrong. That's all. No, no, give me that back. Make sure that all of our stuff outside of the ships that I haven't done any upgrades for have it. Yep, wonderful. You're going to get those upgrades out of the way.
Ship augmentations completed.
So now we can see a little bit into their borders. We can actually see this planet, or this system. So we know they have a crappy little 958 military power space station there. That's all we know about it. I don't think I'd be able to see these planets though, sadly enough. Well, that's not true.
Construction
Maybe
complete.
I could. If I gave you upgraded sensors, you might be able to do it. And you know what? At this point, I honestly think that our science ships, we're not going to be doing a whole lot with them. So I'm going to send you over here. You might be able to just barely see these, depending on what the actual range is on these sensors. I'm going to bet that you can't, but it'd be great if you could.
Ship augmentations completed.
Oh, did you? Yeah, you upgrade that. That's fine. You guys haven't finished building that yet, but it's almost ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and move somebody over there. Oh, you finished yours. Wonderful. Who's doing something? You're not getting a lot of power. There we go. Yeah, we still lost a little bit of power, but we gained some extra minerals as a result. And you increase all of these. There we go. Took it a month to actually tick over and recalculate, but whatever. No. Yeah, your sensors still aren't good enough to see. These are definitely as a result of the planets. So, you can just return home for now then, because you're not doing anything. Are you doing your job? Yeah, you're just very slow at building.
Technological acquisition successful.
There we go. Actual fighters. A sensor station would probably do it, but I don't care to build those. Because, well, they're not really useful in of themselves. I think I might just go ahead and unlock... Well, no, it's going to take forever. You know, everything here is going to take forever, so I'll just go for the engineering facilities. And now to our light carrier, I'm going to go ahead and give you bombers. Well, I guess I can give you some fighters as well. This way you can try and shoot down the missiles these guys send our way. And I think I'll replace one of the... I don't know, do shield capacitors... Yeah, I don't know if shield capacitors... stack. I really don't. But I'm gonna go ahead and just replace that armor with a tier 4 reactor. It's easier. You go ahead and upgrade your light carriers. How are you doing? You are still equivalent.
Construction complete.
Wonderful. Now we also have access to the Grantium ore. I don't think you guys are going to get to 10k.
Ship augmentations complete.
No, you actually did. That is a little unexpected. I was figuring you still weren't going to make it, but you ended up actually making it. Let's go and get one battle cruiser in there. Actually, we have regular cruisers, right? Yes. So how do our battle cruisers compare to our cruisers? They are a little bit higher on damage per tick. Okay, yeah, so they are better, or at least in theory they are. We'll see what its fleet power is once we actually build it. How long is it? Yeah, that's gonna take forever to be built down here. Yeah, I think we're gonna be going to war with you next part, because there's not a whole lot left we can really do without going to war. So yeah, next part we'll probably go into war with the, however the hell you pronounce that, Republican Planet States. The game's still telling me that's a 0 war score war, so... Yeah, and you're not a part of it. I assume neither are you.
Construction complete.
Oh, did we get it? Oh, we did. Wonderful. Okay, so your fleet power is 707 compared to a cruiser's 419. So, yeah, you're not twice as good, but then again, you don't cost twice as much either. Well, you're not too far off from costing twice as much, so it'd be great if you could become twice as good. You might be able to once I have...
Construction complete.
Yeah, whatever. We'll see. Oh, wonderful. So you now have that stuff. Let's go ahead and get a neuroelectric thingamajigger there. I mean, you're decent as well. Your main issue is I can't have you do anything other than mineral and food production. Although this planet doesn't have any... Yeah, I've already taken all of the... You know what? Yeah, it's fine, actually, if I let you grow now. You won't be leaving this planet, just a heads up. Or at least, the plan isn't for you to ever leave this planet, but... Yeah, I've already got the research tiles here, so... Everything else is food, minerals, energy credits. I just have to not have you do energy credits, but you know what? That's easy enough. I'm going to have you do your upgrades. This is a physics tile. This is a bio tile. And then you do all those upgrades. And then you get a mining network. Okay, it looks like it's gonna take the same either way, so... Did I... No, I have not put somebody on that tile yet. Let's go ahead and do that. You can do it. And I end up actually gaining energy credits as a result of that.
Construction complete.
Get those upgrades. And let the month tick over.
Technological acquisition
So I can
successful.
recalculate that. Wonderful. Now our battle cruisers are a little bit cheaper. Yeah, we're gonna go for the naval capacity upgrade again, game. That'd be wonderful. There we go.
Construction complete.
Now you're cheaper. And the amount that it cheapened you actually makes you more reasonable for the fleet power you provide relative to a cruiser. You'd still cost almost double the maintenance. Yeah, we're talking like a whole 2 extra minerals and energy credits. So, not a big fan of that, but that's the way that is. No, don't bother with that, because their borders will probably expand to include that. And we're going to be adding, I think, one more battle cruiser to our fleet. We're going to queue it up this part. I'll probably end the part shortly after, because I think this has been running for almost 50 minutes or so. Maybe 40, I don't know. I didn't look at the clock before I started recording. And next part we will be likely declaring war on the Republican Planet States because, well, we can't really go anywhere unless we do. So we're going to take this stuff from them while destroying their frontier outposts along the way. I'll maybe snag these if I can. And then their only route of expansion will be out this way. Away from me, which I'm fine with. Because, yeah, this is the only crossing. I really should have set up a frontier outpost here at the start, in hindsight. Because then I wouldn't have this problem. This area would be completely mine. But I didn't want to colonize the planet. And, yeah, for whatever reason, I just didn't think of going a frontier outpost. So, but you know what they say, hindsight's 2020.
Construction complete.
Because, yeah, if I had done that, I wouldn't have had to really deal with these guys until all the way out here.
Communications. Construction complete.
Go. We have 2 battle cruisers, the Primordial Light and the Redemption. They're still listed as equivalent, which I honestly really wish that was a better indicator, but it's not. It really isn't. It's a crap indicator. I'll love it when Stellaris gets a espionage DLC, hopefully. Because that would be helpful. That really would be. If Stellaris ever got a espionage thing, it'd be great, because then I could actually figure out more accurately what your fleet power is by sending spies in and having them run around trying to steal secret documents, telling me about your fleet being 11k or 15k or whatever it is, to still keep you within the equivalent range relative to me. But that's going to be it for this part. Like I said, I think it's run for about 50 minutes or so. So I will see you all in the next part, but until then, a goodbye and farewell. And like I said, we'll probably be declaring war on the Republican planet states, because we have nowhere else to go. Hell, my fleet can't get over here, so yeah, we're pretty much stuck. And to be honest, I don't really want their planets. Well, at least they're developed, you know, that's something that counts. Oh, see, they're enslaving their people. They are enslaving their own people. What terrible, terrible human beings. Well, they're not human beings, but yeah, whatever. You get my point. Wait, are you guys... No? No? Okay, you're not enslaving your people. You're enslaving somebody else. The people that lived on this world. These are your people. Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to beat the crap out of them because they're enslaving somebody. That's totally gonna be our justification. I mean, what we're gonna be doing to them isn't a whole hell of a lot better. I mean, at least they're not enslaved. They're just cybernetic drones that are forced to do whatever main conduit nebula of fate and destiny says that they need to do, i.e. what I say they need to do. But yeah, so I'll see you all in the next part, but until then, a goodbye and farewell.